Hello and welcome to a new video. This video will be specifically about Home Depot and how to transfer all of the Home Depot sources. So that was a spreadsheet from last week. I just added all of the new Home Depot sources to here. I've adjusted the profit margin for the 10% discount we get from Home Depot with eBay coupons. You don't need to worry about this. I'm just letting you know that the profit matrix, the number, is a little bit different. So these numbers are a lot higher than they should be because this is the actual profit that will be made after coupons are applied. So once I sort that, largest to smallest, we get a lot of really profitable Home Depot items. Now, the beautiful thing with drop shipping is if we can drop ship the items on eBay, most likely we could also drop ship those items on Amazon. And the beautiful part about all of our eBay research is we could simply copy paste the UPC MPN into Amazon and it'll pop up. That one didn't pop up, so I'm going to simply mark it red. And that's all you got to do. Simply go through. That's in quotes for some reason, so let's remove the quotes. You just need to go through and see if you could find the item with the correct model number. This says sponsored, so you don't want to select that listing because it's not actually what we're looking for. Maybe that's it. I don't think any of these are it. There's too many things that are popping up. No, that's not it. So we'll just move on to the next one, mark that one red. If it doesn't pop up really quickly, really obviously, then it's probably not the item that we're looking for. This is an old item, by the way. It was from a month ago. So this was, I believe this one is actually out of stock now on Home Depot. But still, definitely list the items into a brand new spreadsheet that lets us know that the items can actually be sold on Amazon. So right now we're looking at P1833. So if we hit Control F, we look for P8133. We scroll down, it's right there. And something to note, this has Amazon Prime. This does not have Amazon Prime. 8 people are selling it not on Amazon Prime. So that's the whole point. What people are drop shipping, just like on eBay, they're drop shipping on Amazon. If it doesn't say Amazon Prime, it just says third-party merchant. Oh, that's peculiar. If it says third-party merchant, that means that it is being drop shipped. So this item right there is being drop shipped. And that's actually, that's it right there. So just that one. So the internet's currently down, so I'm going to come back in a few minutes when it's back up. Alright, we're back, and this is the spreadsheet that you'll be copy pasting all of the information into. So let's go ahead and see if we could find a a Home Depot item to drop ship onto Amazon. Now, to expedite this process, because these leads, these items are over a month old, we're actually going to sort by newest to oldest, and these are from just a couple days ago, so these should probably be a little bit more successful. Let's go ahead and give it a try. So simply copy paste into the browser here. Wix filters, I honestly do not even know what this item is. That's luckily why we still have the Home Depot source link. Sometimes it takes a couple minutes for it to load originally for me. That looks like that might be it, but I'm not sure what it is. Looks like ceiling, something ceiling. Go ahead and pause it in just a moment. Alright, so this appears to be a ceiling fan. So what we're going to type into here is the model number and then ceiling fan. So hopefully this ceiling fan pops up now. Again, I'm going to copy paste the model number. Hopefully I find it. If I don't find it, it's not that big of a deal. It's probably not on Amazon. One last effort, one last piece of information that you could put in just in case. That kind of looks like it, but that's not it. One last thing you could do is hit Control U, and it puts up the HTML source code for Home Depot. Control F is to find it, and simply type in UPC. Now, in between here is the highlighted UPC code. We can go back to Amazon and try that as one last effort. And that looks like it is not listed on Amazon, and that's fine because we could just move on to the next item. There are many items to go through, and this process will not yield a lot of items. Some items will be able to be drop shipped on Amazon also, and really that's what we're looking for. So this is an ice cooler, so we could type in the model number and then add the word cooler. Wow, I still don't see it there. Multicolored plastic, rust-proof, 22 quart. So I could put that. I might need to see it on the website here, so let's pull it up on the website. Okay, Denver Broncos cooler, so it's a very big cooler. Let's actually just look up the source code because that's always the easiest way to go about it. UPC, copy paste, Control A to highlight everything, Control V to paste. And unfortunately that's not on Amazon either, so again just mark it red and keep going on the list. I'm going to go ahead and go through this list until I find one that does go on Amazon, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so ironically, the very next item was actually listed on Amazon, but it's listed on Amazon Prime. So let's go ahead and talk about that and why that's important to differentiate Amazon Prime from Amazon dropshipping. So we're going to copy paste the model number right there, and I went and looked, and it's a range hood, so I could even type in range if I want to, but that was the item up top there. So it is this item for sure, because when I hit Control F to look for the item and Control V to copy paste the model number, this is highlighted, so that's the correct item. But when we go into the item, right off the bat, most likely it is not being drop shipped. But that is not always completely true. So if you go into used and new here on Amazon, you should have a Keepa graph here. This is a Keepa graph that you install for a Google Chrome extension. Keepa graph Chrome extension, chrome.google, and then you simply add it. Mine is already added, so it says remove. And it's free of charge, so it's just something simple to download. Now, the opposite of dropshipping on eBay, when you're on Amazon, you want to actually make sure that there are little blue icons here that say that people have actually sold as a third-party merchant. It looks like nobody has sold as a third-party merchant, most likely because Amazon.com is actually selling the item exclusively through them, and it's the same price as Home Depot, which means it's very unlikely that we're going to be able to turn a profit because we cannot mark up the price and match Amazon. Amazon is the same price. So unfortunately, this item is going to be an item to be skipped also, so we mark it as red and move on. Hopefully the next item that I find for us will be a dropshippable item. Alright, and we found a winner. So this item actually looks a lot like the Lowe's item here. But if you were to zoom into the image and pay closer attention here, unfortunately we can't see it from that. But this is AWP HP. That's the brand name. Now, if you were to go to Amazon and look at this one, it's actually McGuire Nicholas is the brand name. So this one is Amazon Prime, which we don't really want to compete with Amazon, but it's actually a different brand name. It's almost identical. It's a very, very similar item if you look up and down. They're very, very close to identical, a little different. So it's important to verify the model numbers and everything before you make a final committed decision on if the item is correct. Now if we come back, we see on the title up here, AWPHP General Construction. This is the item that we're looking for. And luckily, I also have this extension down here, and it lets me know if there is a seller, and the seller is Amazon, Amazon Warehouse for Amazon W, or Fulfilled by Merchant, and it tells me how many Fulfilled by Merchant people there are. Down here on this one, there's only one person selling this item fulfilled by merchant. So that means we're only competing with one other person, which is great. That's a fantastic item. This is another free piece of software that you could have on your Google Chrome extension to make this process easier. You don't have to go into this area right here, 5 views and new offers. You don't have to go into that. And the main reason you don't have to is because it already tells you that there's a seller right here. So you could already know ahead of time what type of people and businesses are selling. So there's Keepa, but there's also Amazon Quick View Scout. So AMZ Scout Quick View. There we are, AMZ Scout Quick View Extension. Go to Google, Chrome.google to download the app, and you simply download it, and it gives you the basic free functions for free. So we go ahead and click on this and investigate it a little bit more. So in order to qualify this item, it is a Lowe's item, by the way, we need to make sure that we're going to make profit from it. So the profit is, the markup is $119. What we really want to see is if this seller has ever made a sale. And it doesn't look like this seller has ever made a sale. It's really hard to tell. But that's fine. You could still add the item and we could still add it to our list. Maybe we can lower the price to be more competitive. So for Lowe's, the price, the markup is going to be about 1.1. So that's $90 times 1.1. So we're going to break even at 99. Now if they're selling it at 119, they're making $20 profit or 20% profit margin, which is pretty high. We could probably sell it at 109 instead, or at least lower the price a little bit. So this would actually be a good item. We want to keep this item right here. Now this is where it gets a little bit different from eBay and Amazon. So instead of getting this whole entire link here, I would actually prefer just the Amazon ASIN number right there. So you're going to copy paste the Amazon ASIN number and the Amazon price, which is $119.89. How many sales? If you have the Keepa graph, you could actually see how many sales in the past month that one seller has had. You'd have to click on each individual button, and each individual button would tell you the seller. Let me go ahead and show you, see if I could find another item that will do that. So I just found out an important thing that's kind of funny, because I just cleared my cookies, my cache, on my Google account, just to clear up some room here on the computer. And upon noticing, remembering, when I cleared that data, I cleared sales rank and all that other information. What's important to keep in mind is new third-party fulfilled by merchant. That basically means a dropshipper. Third-party FBA is important, but we don't need that right now. Buy box, it's not important right now, and I think you have to pay for that. Used like new, we can go with that, but it's not important right now. We're focusing on new third-party FBM, which is a blue square on here. So now if we go back to only month, now we can actually see how many that they've sold in the past month. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've actually made 4 sales in the past month. So this is a great item. So 4 sales in the past month. Now if we click on this, we can actually see who actually did the selling. So it wasn't D Roku Systems, it was KFN. KFN, Huge Home Supplies. So I don't see these sellers here anymore, but it looks like they did sell in the past month for some reason. It looks like this person will be next. So anyways, now this item is all good. We're going to go ahead and input all of the information. We don't really need the title, but the title's still good to have just in case we can't find it for some reason. The source link, which is where we're buying it from, is going to be Lowe's. The UPC from Lowe's. It's going to be the model number right here. And really, if you wanted to, what you could do is you can copy all of this information, but we don't need the username anymore. So this is actually, sorry, don't copy this information. It will need to be brand new information, and I'll show you why a little bit later. But for now, we're going to copy this seller and put their name here. Keywords don't matter anymore. Over $50 in today's date, 9/13/2019. We're going to do that for all the dates here just because we're going to be doing all the research today. I'm going to go ahead and delete it up here because I'm just running a few tests for you just to see how this research is done. And that's basically it. You have the name, how many sales have happened on the blue squares on a month chart on the Keepa graph, and you see that that's 4. So you can put 4. The Amazon price is $119.89. The FN SKU, the source price, is $89.99. You'd include shipping if there is freight or heavy shipping. Make sure to include that. UPC, keyword, username. Username will be very important for Amazon because we'll be able to find the sellers. More important than the username, actually, to be honest, is if we open this up and we copy paste this link right here. And the reason why is because we can go and examine this store to see how positive ratings they get. Then we can click on their storefront, which will be another video, and we can see all of their items that they sell, which is a lot, over 3,000 items. Most of these items are drop-shipped items. So we could actually cut the curve of finding items from our main spreadsheet here, drop shippable items. Our main goal is actually this. We want to find stores that have between 50 and 500 items. That means that they are a quality store and they're actually going to have a much higher percentage review rating. This person has a 79%, which is not good. And that's because they have over 500 items in their store, so they're not paying attention to every item as closely as they should. So long story short, if we copy paste this link instead of the username, that would be the most efficient way to do that. So let's put seller link. And there we go. Now we have the Amazon seller's name, but most importantly, a direct link to their storefront and their rating system so we can document them as a seller on a separate spreadsheet that I'll show you later. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, see if we can find some more items. An important note here, when you come back to this spreadsheet, it would be a good idea to highlight all of this as just a money green or some kind of symbol that's the opposite of red, so you know that this is a good item that you just found. It's going to help you and encourage you to at least notice that you're finding some good items and give you some encouragement at least. So let's continue to look on to see if we can find more items. Looks like this one is actually drop shipped as well. Control F. We see that there's one, there's two, there's at least two. If we look over here, that's a cover for it. Wow, and that's another one. Endless Summer, Endless Summer. So let's see what's so different about these. I'm hitting Control F to see if it's the same model number. And then I think what's going to be important is opening the Home Depot website just to make sure the brand. And the brand is Uniflame. It's 11 by 11 inches. Let's make sure we're looking at the right one. This doesn't have measurements. This is Uniflame. So none of these are Uniflame. 118. $83 times 1.1 would be 91. So yeah, basic break even of 1.1, and that would be $91. So a lot of these people are making a good amount of money, except for this person. So not that item, but these guys. So they are different sizes. If you notice, this one's shorter, this one's taller. The one that we just closed out, let's look at that one. So that is a shorter one also. Let's go ahead and, it's the same price too. Oh no, they're barely turning a profit with a couple pennies, it looks like. Look at the measurements, it's 11 by 11. So what I think is happening is when we go in here, we could see sellers are competing to go to the bottom dollar. We could actually copy all of these sellers onto a sellers list just to document them. Specifically, these sellers who sold here in the past. This is a good trick, but I'll show you all this information later. What we're focusing on right now is uploading the good items. So we're going to go ahead and close this one out, because this is where people are competing for the bottom dollar, but this is actually still the same exact item. If you look at it, it's the exact same item. They just slapped a different brand on it for whatever reason. Sometimes Blue Rhino is not actually, it is actually Uniflame, but the seller has the name Blue Rhino, and that's the reason that they're putting Blue Rhino here, is because they want it to look like this is their brand name. So it's like Sure Trading or Darren Siemens. It's like it's saying Darren Siemens, model number, gas column, fire pit small. It's just a way for people to work with the Amazon algorithm so you could have two listings like you see right here. So people found this item really quickly, and now they're competing for the bottom dollar. Now when it comes to this one is still actually at a high price. And again, if you copy the model number, it's the same model number. So they're just using a different brand name for whatever reason. It looks the same. The measurements are still 11 inches by 11 inches. They're still the same. So this would actually be a good item, and we're going to go ahead and add that into the spreadsheet. So 118.96 is the current lowest price. Now how many sales are on Amazon? Let's triple click, copy paste that. Source for the link, source for the price, model number, seller link. Now there's a lot of sellers here, but we're going to go with the lowest price one, or at least the person who has sold the most. And only one person has sold in the past month, and it was for $101. That's IPC store. So the current lowest price one is this fellow right here. So we're going to copy paste theirs. How many sales? Unfortunately just one, but that's better than none. So now we have another good item. We're going to come back here and we're going to mark that green. So let's see if I can find any more information before I end this training session. If you want things to go faster when you type in this model number, on Amazon there are so many items, you get a lot of results, such as 167 up here. Now, it's not as easy as sorting by prime or sorting by clicking a button and saying, I only want the drop shippers. It's really hard to do that. It's not possible. So what could be possible is if you want to just make sure you're getting the right item, again, hit Control U to get the source code, copy paste the UPC code, and then when you come back here to Amazon, just type that in and see what pops up. And look, we have one result now. So that makes things much easier. We have people selling on Amazon and 3 people selling on Amazon fulfilled by merchant. So we're going to go ahead and click in and see for this exact item, this exact barcode, again, the exact model number right here and right there. We're going to click into new and see how many people are actually selling, because even though Amazon is selling, people could still be selling with fulfilled by merchant on the outside. So this is $85 times 1.1 for a Home Depot markup would be $93 for their break even. They're selling it at $97 plus $6 shipping, which is $103. Now $103, so 103 would be $10 profit or 10% profit with American Airless for this seller's name. So we're going to go ahead and copy this item. Even though Amazon is selling the item and it's an Amazon Prime item, somehow these sellers are still selling the item for $103. So right there you see 82, right here you see 103, and you see, voila, right there. American Airless right here was actually able to sell it for the same price right here. So we're going to go ahead and copy this and input all the data into the spreadsheet. So it's not going to be 97, it's going to be shipping. Because in reality, people should not be paying for shipping on Amazon. That's something that the seller is adding in. The seller cushions this as extra profit, so you can just add that into the price as the price you see there. So that's actually going to be 103.17 because of 17 cents on the shipping. How many sales have happened in the past month? And keep in mind, when you're calculating this and adding this, I want you to keep in mind that it's $103 for the previous shipping. So the $100 mark is right here. So whatever's above that line is what I actually want you to count in the past month. So 1 month, over 100, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Don't look at anything else. That's all of the information that we need. Copy paste that over. Link for the source is right there. The model number is right there. And the seller link, he was a good seller because he's the one making most of the sales, will be right here. And let's see, just out of curiosity, how many sales do you have? Or items. They have 1,000 items. So that's not a terrible seller, that's got a pretty good seller, and their percentage rating is above 90%. That's what I tend to look for. Above 97% would be really good. That's usually when they have less than 500 items. So we're all good. So we have these 3 items that we have found so far. So far it's actually been pretty successful. So if we just look at the basic numbers here, all the items that we have are 7. We found 3, so that's almost a 50% chance that these items that are on eBay, that we found that are profitable for eBay, are probably also profitable on Amazon. So we just need to go through the Amazon website and our source website, gather this information, and compile it onto a new spreadsheet that lets us know the potential to upload these items to Amazon. And if we're able to get the bottom dollar on Amazon and take away their sales momentum, we could have just earned a possibility. Wow, that's crazy, because that number should be higher. I believe it was $83.99. It's still 1.1, correct? So we could have just made a potential theoretical profit of $142. So that is another profitable venue we can go into, which would be Amazon. Not all of these would actually turn into sales because there's a lot that goes into it, such as competing with the lowest price, competing with more than one seller. If there's only one seller and we have the lowest price, it's pretty easy to get the sale. But if there's only one sale happening in a month, but there's 15 sellers, it's really hard to compete with that many people. So in a perfect world, what we're looking for is 1 or 2 sellers and a lot of sales on the item. That would be a perfect item that would be very profitable for the company. But for now, that's basically all the information that I believe you need to know on first glance when you're scanning this Home Depot spreadsheet from eBay and transferring it to make sure that it's optimized for Amazon instead. And all of the information that I might be missing from this tutorial is most likely because I've already offered this information on my YouTube. So the YouTube channel directly to go see more training if you're not sure. Would be youtube.com/adroitfilms. I know it's not Devin Wayne, it's actually Adroit Films when you type it in. So if you do www.youtube.com/adroitfilms, it'll actually pop up, should pop up, the YouTube channel, go to videos, and you can see all of the research for different categories. Most of the people who have been trained for eBay are already familiar with almost all of the information that I've spoken about in this video. So if you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up down in the comments, or of course, send me a message on Skype. Thanks very much for watching. Looking forward to seeing how many items we can find on Amazon.